Oh man, you know a big mistake that I made when I was where you are now that I wish I could take back? It's the idea of like not really finding out what it is that I wanted to do in my life. Like I did what my parents wanted me to do. I did what I was taught to do. You know, you go to work, you don't get in trouble, you do that type of thing. And then it was a matter of just kind of emulating what I saw my father do. And so I did all of that, you know, get the job, get the family, but I never really took the time when I was younger to figure out, like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do with my life? How do I want to make money? How do I want to spend my days? How do I want to just do life, right? And if I wasn't trying to emulate my father or make my parents happy with what it is that I was doing, I was copying my friends. All of my dudes was out chasing pussy, so that's what I was doing. All my dudes was out kicking it and wasting money and the cars and the clothes, and so that's what I did too. I didn't take the time to really sit down and go, you know what do you want? What do you want? And what I realize now, what I want to impress upon you guys today is that the danger in that, number one, of course, is you waste time. You waste time. But here's how you waste, here's how the time is wasted. And this is why it's so vital for you to figure this out now. That it takes time, number one, to learn a thing. So let's take this from the beginning. You say that, you know what, I know what I want to do. This is what I want to do. So now it takes a shit ton of time to learn the thing that you say you want to do, right? Then it takes more time to become good at the thing that you want to do. So listen, young men, whether it is trying to find out what you really want to do in life, or you're just ready to make a change, you're ready to start taking your life serious, offer one-on-one coaching for you young men. If there's one thing I wish I had back in my 20s, was somebody that has been where I'm trying to go, knows the pitfalls and the mistakes to avoid, to help me get there quicker. I didn't have that, but you guys do. So listen, click the first link in the video description below. Hop on a call with me. Let's see if you qualify for the coaching so I can help take you from where you are now to where you want to be. Again, if you know it's time to change, if you're ready to get serious about life and you don't know where to start, I would love to be able to help you do that. All right. So again, click the first link in the video below. Let's get on a call, see if we can help you. Okay. Now let's get back to the video. Right. So this is why it's important for you to find out early what it is that you really want to do. I used to laugh at people. And I've run into quite a few of them that they had plans. They had like 5-year plans. In 5 years, I want to be here. Or this is my 2-year plan, or this is my 10-year plan. That it when I look back on it now, it gave them something to aim at, right? You know, when I was in my 20s, guys, you know, I was aiming at the chick that I was trying to sleep with. That's as far as my aim went, or the gym, right? And it would have been different. It would have been different if I spent as much time in the gym as I did because I knew that I wanted to be a IFBB pro, or I was trying to compete in some type of way. But guys, it was none of that. It was just what I did. I didn't have any real thing behind it, right? As far as what I wanted to do. I just knew that this is what I did, and I got chicks behind it. And that's as far as I went. So yeah, finding that out early is essential, guys. And the reason that many of you may not be doing that is because you're so distracted by other things around you, or just doing the everyday. Just going through the everyday motions instead of like really trying to hone in on what it is that you want to do with your life. Again, I talk to so many men and they just don't know. And you'll figure it out eventually. But is it better for you to figure it out at 20 so you have the time to develop it, to learn it, to become good at it, or figure it out like where I'm at now when you're against time? See, I don't have 30 years or 20 years to learn it and master it and this, that, and the other. I'm against time. That's not your story if you're in your 20s, right? You know, another thing I think about, guys, is how when you know what you want to do, Now, every decision, every move is geared around that, right? Every, who you hang out with, where you go, what chicks you deal with, all of that should be geared around what it is that you want to do with your life. That's what it's supposed to be like. But no, because we don't know that, we hang out with people that are not good for us. We deal with women that are shit. We do all of this stuff because we don't have an idea of what it is that we want to do with our life. At least that was my story. I have a very supportive woman around what it is that I'm doing now. And it is essential. She understands why, how I am caught up in doing editing and taping, and I'm doing this, that, and the other. She's not really demanding of time like that. If I need help with, scheduling stuff, and it, she's supportive of that. That's the type of woman that I need in order to what it is that I really want to do. And I'm not so sure that a lot of the women that I've dealt with in my past would be this supportive. So it wouldn't be the right type of woman to have friends that know and understand that, no, I ain't coming out to kick it. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that because I got to take care of this. Instead of, oh man, you think you better than us. You ain't, that ain't going to do nothing. Non-supportive friends. See, once you know what it is that you want to do, you put the right people around you to support that. You have a particular thing that you want to do. You can't go everywhere and do everything when you know what it is that you're really trying to do in your life. But when you don't know that, now you're just doing whatever. You hang out with anybody, you deal with any type of chick, you go anytime. I tell my son that. My son has, a really good job now. And the idea now is that, you have something to lose in life. So you just can't go everywhere and do everything like you normally would do. Because you go to the wrong place, you get into it with the wrong people, you can lose your job over that. So because now he knows where he's trying to go as far as keeping his good position, that's going to affect the things that he does in his life. And it should be the same way with you guys. You have to know. You have to identify early. It makes me sick when I hear people, oh, he's young, he's just finding his way. You better find that shit quick. Because if you don't, you'll waste a ton of time. Then you'll get to a place in life where the light bulb will come on, but you'll be against time like I am now. And you don't want that, right? You don't want that. And young men, we're not even thinking about or even talking about the idea that, you may start a thing that you really want to do. And then that may turn into something else, or it may open you up to something else that you really want to do. So now you got different things that you're finding out and figuring out that you want to do. So now that process may have to start all over again, where you have to learn it and then get good at it and then master it. This is why you have to start now. This is why you can't wait and fuck off your 20s and your 30s and then finally in your 40s. Oh, what is it that I want to really do with my life? That is how many of us have done it, and that is absolutely the wrong way to do it. You want to identify that now. You want to identify it now. And I'm not telling you that you should become a Buddhist monk and go into a monastery and I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying from experience is what you want to do is start really putting some sincere thought into what it is that you want to do with your life. You want to take a piece of paper from time to time and write down, what are some things that I am really interested in? What are some things that I really want to pursue, right? And then you got to start going after those things. You got to start researching them to see if it's really what it is that you want to do, because the research may open you up to something else that you're interested in. So you have to do that. And then you have to start practicing it and working it and getting good at it. Then you have to master it. You see what I mean? Like, this is why you have to start this early. Right? You have to identify this thing. So the choices that you make on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis can line up with this thing that you're trying to do. So you'll have the right people in your circle. You're doing the right things with your time every day, centered around this thing that you're trying to do. It's important, very important, that you do this early. So you're not against time trying to do it. It can be done at any age, but would you rather do it now where you have time to develop all of these things, or would you rather be doing it when you're up against time later in life? A lot of you, you're not married. You don't have other responsibilities. You can devote so much time and energy into what it is that you want to do, but you got to figure it out first. What kept me from doing that was being distracted by all of this other stuff, right? And that doesn't have to be you. You can start figuring that out right now. What is it that I really want to do with my life, right? So listen, that is all I have for today. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I am the Over 50 guy. We'll be back with another one soon.